movimiento poblacional a través de los continentes. Esa es mi primera pregunta. Y la segunda, los estudios que hacen es en DNA nuclear o DNA mitocondrial.
Okay, how can we be certain that the migrations happen? That's the reason we have this database of indigenous people to compare to. So we can sample anyone's DNA from anywhere in the world, study their pattern and genetic markers, show where they fit onto the tree, and to know where their particular branch of the tree originated. We have to have a large worldwide database to compare to people who lived in these places for a long period of time. Okay? So we see the adherence of certain genetic markers. In the same way that I talked about the deepest branches being in Africa, showing who originated there, within each lineage of the tree, the greatest diversity is of those branches. And then as they spread out, they use diversity to migrate. So we can literally track the evolution of these lineages and see how they move around the world. The second question, sorry, mitochondrial DNA or Y chromosome. As a first pass, we're doing mitochondrial DNA and Y chromosome as examples. So these are the female and the male images. We are starting a pilot project with nuclear DNA. Yes, we're good at 501 chromosome. And we don't know that it's going to be as useful. I think in all likelihood it will not be useful for studying these migratory routes, but it does contain a lot of information about past demographic events, population expansion, contraction, and so on. And it also is the majority of the genome. We're missing 99% of the information out there, so we feel that we should be looking at this information. At the moment, the studies that have been done on safety and genome diversity, cell line, and all what's happening there, I think somebody in the field probably knows what I'm talking about there. Now, on 100, 200 individuals, they've shown effectively we came from Africa, and nothing else beyond that. They haven't revealed anything about migratory routes. I'm not convinced that the time and expense is very, very expensive to do a whole genome scan from tens of thousands of individuals. I'm not convinced that it's worth it in terms of revealing these migratory routes. So we're doing a pilot study right now on a particular region of the X chromosome to see what we can find out in terms of these tracing the lineages, the evolution of lineages over time. Most of the genome goes through a shuffling process, and I think it's very difficult to date the lineages and to study how they moved around the planet, therefore. But we think with the X chromosome, we're not shutting off anything that's relevant in the future. The only thing we will not do is anything that's genetically relevant. And there are serious ethical concerns about that with many indigenous groups. It's important research to do, but in many cases we're dealing with marginalized groups, people who are very, very poor and already extremely poor places. They have no access to health care. If you find their parents' genetic variants are predisposed to a disorder, serious disease, Alzheimer's, schizophrenia, something like that, or something that is alien even, how do you get this information back to them in an ethical way when they have no access to any health care? We didn't want to deal with that. We also didn't want to deal with the issue of patenting. We're not patenting anything, but the intention is that for somebody else to come along and do it. So because we're working so closely with indigenous groups, these were major concerns in the way with the outside, and it's something that we've chosen not to do.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to know that you were